it off. So basically, day 17, right, Johnny? It's been a marathon. It's been a marathon. Day 17 today, a miraculous day for two reasons. One, the man himself, Johnny Vision, was born today. Think about that. The man who gave so many visions to so many people. Today's his birthday. So happy birthday there. And then we also have Yari who will be joining us. And he's jumping on right now. Yari, are you with us?
What's up, guys? Good to be
There
with
he
you. Hey,
is.
Ray, Johnny. I see Lindsay, Jody, Pastor Jimmy, Dr. Yelena. Good to be with you guys. Good afternoon. Happy birthday, Johnny.
Thank you, brother.
Yari, thank you for joining us. Welcome. You are the co-host today. And so I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Sometimes there's an audible called. Is this an audible?
I think this is a good play in any way. Call
This
it
is
what you
destiny.
will, but
This
yeah,
is
it's a good
destiny.
play.
Yes. All right, brother. So yeah, Yari, for everyone who's listening, Yari is the author of a very profound book that's based on poetry. It's called Healed. Now, the global vision, the intent for the book Healed is to bring it to every coast in the entire world. That's why it's called the Global Vision Movement. So Yari, we want your book Healed to be in Japan. We want it in Manhattan, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Seattle, you name it. I'm going to bring copies to Chicago. So that's Yari.
Thank you,
He
Ray.
also has, and before we get started, do you want to share your new vision, which again, I think is very divinely inspired, and it's going to allow you to help more and more people. So what is your next quest?
Thank you so much, Ray. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you guys today. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. I think we're all stepping into a new season in our lives. That's how it feels. I've had conversation with numerous people, and definitely there's new doors opening, and there's new depth. And my vision, Ray, has always been, since we started working together at Global Vision with Johnny and all of us, that hearts get open, that people get to experience the love of God through all of this, and that they get to know this love, the highest love there is. And Healed is a vehicle for that, and manifestation that came out of my journey. And today, as I'm stepping into another season of my life, to be more equipped, to be of service to those that are hurting, that maybe don't know what their vision is, that maybe have never even been exposed to this. Maybe they're going through a difficulty in their life. The underdogs, Ray, you can relate to that. All the misfits.
Absolutely, the misfits.
Right?
I love the misfits.
The
Peace to all my misfits out there.
Yeah. So my life and my heart is dedicated to service and ministry. You guys also know that I'm starting graduate school in January, especially to be working in the recovery community, which I'm being led and called. So that is a deeper call. That is a new season for me, and a manifested reality in terms of the seeds and the sprouted in our hearts. And so I'm being led into that world, and it's very, very exciting. And it came out of our prayers, came out of our times together, and came together very quickly. So it feels like a divine leading.
Yeah. And I think I speak for everyone on this call. I speak for myself. Like, we have all the confidence in you in this entire world. If you put your heart and mind to it, nothing is going to stop you, brother. You're going to help so many people out there, whether it's get back on their feet or find their dreams. Like, you're the chosen one for this. This is a calling.
Ray, thank you so much. I just had an interesting conversation with my family. I think it may resonate to some of the listeners now or later on, that for me, it wasn't always the case. I always sort of succumbed to the negative voices that told me otherwise. And it came through a lot of grind and a lot of difficulty along the way to arrive at this point. And it, as well as it seems, it's astounding that it's possible, because how do you go from a place of what I would consider self-loathing and self-hate into a place of actually being called and chosen? And in my experience, only through God's grace, in community, together. And one word can change your life. One line can change your life. Somebody holding space for you can change your life. And I think we're all witnessing here at Global Vision, and all of us together, that it's It's happening. It's a miracle.
Yeah,
So
I feel you.
I dedicate this journey for all the ones that are having a hard time with this. When I was playing hockey, Ray,
Look
my
at him.
brother
He's a
played in
European
professional.
hockey
My
player. Look
my
at him.
father was a professional hockey player. My brother was a professional hockey player. We had hockey genes in our family. And so in hockey, you stop to the right and stop to the left. Anybody skis, it's kind of like that. You put skis together, parallel. Ray, I could not stop to my left. My dad taught me for 3 years. He broke multiple sticks trying to really teach me, and I couldn't get it. I mean, I couldn't stop to the left. Like, how is that possible? He was pulling his hair. How is this one kid over here? And yet, through resiliency, I finally got it, but it didn't come an easy way. And I read that a lot about your book. You being the underdog, what you overcame and all the odds, right? The GPAs, the struggle, the difficulties, finding this way and that way. So I think we can all relate to instances like that in our lives.
Yeah, and I think some people are motivated differently, right, Yari? It's like some people, they hear the words, you can do it, and that builds them up and motivates them and wants to make them excel. And then there's also times there's people that are built a different way, that when somebody tells them they can't, you can't do that, or you're an imposter, that gives them the fuel to their fire to go out into the world and dominate, right? So you have those two forms of feedback, the positive and negative, and people are in their DNA, they're just wired in a unique way, right?
That's what makes coaches, the best coaches, championship coaches, so brilliant. If they're able to bring out the best in each player, and some respond to exactly what you said. My brother, when he came to America, his motivation is that I'm not going to come back in defeat. No matter what it's going to be, I'm going to succeed, right?
Yep.
For other people, it's needed to be heard. You know what? You can do it. I believe in you. And that's enough. It's one person. So I think that's it. It's the art of bringing out the best in people. And I think we have it here, as that we're finding ways to bring out the best in people while believing in them. So I believe we talk life and we speak life into people. And we can really do a lot of good with that. So sometimes a wake-up call looks like a kick in the butt,
Yeah.
like a shake-up, right?
You need a shake-up. Every now and again, you need a good shaking, right? In order to activate, you need a good shaking. But yeah, I really resonate with what you're saying with, like, okay, so it takes a certain individual. It takes a certain individual, a coach to find talent. It takes, in business, we do a SWOT analysis, right? Where we look at strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And even as parents or in relationships, you got to find, like in kids, you got to find that unique skill, their strength that they could bring to the world and make a real difference, right? So it's kind of not to take the path of least resistance, by no means, never, but to find that uniqueness and draw it out. And that's why I got to pay respects to my man, Johnny Vision, right?
Yes.
Think about Johnny Vision on his birthday today, all the people that he has positively affected, that catalyst of light for them to take the blank pages of a notebook or a blank canvas and create art and bring vision to the world and host 10, coming up is going to be the 10th Global Vision Conference, right? The 10th Global Vision Conference. So real quick, a round of applause for Johnny Vision.
Yes.
Johnny, thank you. And happy birthday. And Jody, please share a birthday wish for Johnny.
Hi, everyone. I've known Johnny a long time, and I'm here on a vision quest in Tulum, and Johnny knows that, and I've been writing. I'm writing my first book, which Johnny also knows, and I was supposed to have my manuscript to you today, but I figured if I may just have a couple of minutes to share a portion of it, I would like to do that for Johnny right now.
Yes, please. Absolutely. Okay, excellent. Yeah, please take it over. Share your manuscript as a gift to Johnny Vision. Johnny, this is dedicated to you.
Just a short portion. A friend of mine invited me to Miami for a girls' weekend, and we jumped into her convertible heading south. Being a girl from a small town in Michigan, you can imagine what it was like to experience the colorful spiciness of Miami. I loved it. There was no question as to why I fell in love with a Latin musician who took me to the hottest nightclubs where we rubbed elbows with celebrities like Lenny Kravitz and Paris Hilton. But I wasn't fulfilled. I knew there was something more. Then, in 2002, I met Johnny Vision, my lifelong inspired and visionary friend. Johnny was one of those people that was fully alive. He thrived in a world of possibility. He invited me to a networking event that he hosted called Vision Miami. To my surprise, this wasn't one of those fast-paced business card passing events with everyone trying to sell their services. It consisted of a panel of visionaries sharing their stories, their struggles, and their strengths. I was amazed by the deep and meaningful connections I was making with this inspired group of people. Then Johnny asked me to be his co-host, supporting the events and visions of the leaders in his community. I obviously said yes. Thanks to Johnny Vision, this part of my life was one of the most exciting and expansive times. To be continued.
Very
That
good,
was
amazing.
beautiful.
So Johnny, thank you. As you well know, my path was sparked by you in so many ways. And I'm grateful to be able to support others in finding their vision and their path. My vision is to create a world that is heart-centered, living with vision, and dedicated to contributing their unique gifts in a way that elevates consciousness and brings us to live in harmony with each other.
Well stated, Jody. Well stated. Yeah, I'm going to do just like Lindsay. I'm going to do the heart too. Awesome.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Johnny.
Yeah, Jody, the beauty is how many visions have come alive since that day 22 years ago. And when you think about it, I know just who Ray said is on the call. I know Dr. Yelena because of you introduced me to her. She introduced me to Yari and to Ray. And because of Ray, I have met Lindsay. And because of Yari, I've met Pastor Jimmy at my church. So there's a lot of power in vision and supporting each other's visions. And I'm grateful for you 22 years ago being my first co-host. And Ray's doing a pretty good job now too, isn't he?
Thank you, Johnny.
So, you're welcome, Ray. I'd like to show the movie.
In a fun, exciting, and beautiful way, inspire a global movement to feed and clothe every child on the planet and share movies and popcorn with them. Right, Caesar? That is going to be on the side of every box of Johnny's Movies and Popcorn Company popcorn.
Once upon a time, little Johnny was home alone, late at night, watching a movie and eating popcorn. A commercial came on showing children starving in Africa, and he was deeply saddened by this. Feeling very angry, he told God, feed them and share movies and popcorn with them too. Movies and popcorn were always Johnny's favorite things. Johnny went on to find out that in fact, we do have all the food and clothing and movies and popcorn needed for every child on the planet. And the only thing was that adults didn't believe this because they lacked the vision. Johnny got his friends together, they rented a convention center and made a public global declaration to feed and clothe every child on the planet because everyone deserves food and clothing and movies and popcorn. Johnny's Movies and Popcorn Company was created and to this day is a platform to encourage vision for everyone and to care for all the children of the world.
Let's hear it. Come on, man. There he is. That is our spokesperson.
Tell you we're going to take food, clothing, movies, and popcorns to India. We're going to take food, clothing, movies, and popcorns to Latin America. We're going to take food, clothing, movies, and popcorns to the Bahamas, right, Brother Johnny? Yes. So we're going to go to Asia. We're going to go to Africa. We're going to go to Australia. We're going to go to, I don't care wherever it is. We're going to go there. We're going to feed the children with a vision. We're going to feed the children with the passion. We're going to tell that there is nobody like you and that you are going to accomplish everything that which God has prepared for you. Thank you, guys.
My name is Zoe and my dream is to become a teacher. Hello, my name is Clayton. One day I want to become a policeman. My name is Aya. One day I want to be a builder.
Landy, thank you so much for being the host. It's such an honor to be here. What I want to find out from you tonight is why. Why did you feel you want to do this tonight for the children?
I love to do this for children because I love children and I love to see them smile and the wow on their faces. Because my dream was to become a social worker and there was no money, so I have to drop that, and so yeah, I invest in children.
Kids had the first taste of the popcorn, the facial expression I sent it to Johnny was priceless. And once they kept eating it, it got even better because it was hot, buttered popcorn, freshly popped. And that was the best thing. The Alvin and Chipmunk movie was going. It was in French. And they had an amazing time. You guys don't know the difference it makes when you see not one, there was 37 kids sitting out there. And all they wanted to do was to get that experience. Their parents were standing on the side and they were thanking me. And I was like, I didn't do anything. All I did was just deliver Johnny's vision. That's all I did. But when you love and you work from your heart and not your fingertip, it makes a difference.
Amazing. Isn't that awesome? Oh my goodness. So we were talking throughout the entire weekend, saying that every time we watch the movie, because we've been playing it, Johnny and I have been playing it over the past, I don't know, a lot of days, and we notice something simple and something different each time. And Johnny, it's so amazing that the video was put together. And what I saw today was Lucas, right? Lucas, and I think everyone on the call can relate to this because we're all speakers. And Lucas, when he had the microphone, and you could tell, like in his little heart, his eyes were scanning the room, right? And so he was building his confidence, and his heart was pounding. And that was where preparation met opportunity. So all of his rehearsals and everything he did. And Johnny, I know you mentioned this. When he walked off the stage, he had swagger, right? He walked off the stage, he mic dropped, he knew he did it. Everything he prepared for, he delivered for Johnny Vision, right? Amazing moment. And Yari, I'm glad you're on, because every time we talk about that, I look at the picture of you at the end as a big man child with a pure heart, a childlike heart, holding up your ticket and smiling with the biggest joy. And it's a moment in time that it will go on forever. So tell me, Yari, what was that like being there?
Ray, what was coming through my heart and my mind when I was watching this was I wish this was around when I was a kid. I mean, I wish I had this experience as a child. And so I speak in me being there, I got to do that as an adult for the first time. And we speak about the freed inner child, right? I even have it in one of my poems in Healed, freeing that inner child, coming to God as a child, right? Coming to his embrace as a child. And this is for all the adults too, Ray. It's for children, but for all of us too, that maybe we forgot our freedom, what it's like to be a kid again, right? To dream again, to live again, to be believed in again, or maybe for the first time. And so for me, that was that. I told Johnny we were in Orlando, we had some adversity getting up there, leading up to it. I said, I'm getting my movie. We're not leaving here without my movie. So I speak for all the kids, Ray, and I speak for all the adults, because it was one of the defining moments in my life. I get to go back and be that. I didn't have it as a kid. I wish I did. And so today, part of me being such a big believer in what we're doing is that speaking for all those folks. So anyway, it's just very, very cool experience. So grateful I got to do that.
And I love it, Yari. Like, vision is timeless, right? It's always timeless. It doesn't matter if you have a vision, like Johnny had a vision at a young age. You could have a vision when you're 95 years old, right? That vision will never stop. Yeah, Johnny and I were talking to a gentleman. He started sharing about his vision. And that's what I love. When people start to talk about their vision, you see the spark, you see their eyes light up, you see their soul bloom. And he was saying he was around 50 years old and that he wanted to make music. Now, when the inner voice is telling you to go out and do your art and have a vision, the rest of the world is telling you, you can't do that. You can't do that. You need the job. You can't jeopardize your job. You have to pay the mortgage. You need money, this and that. So it takes courage to bring out vision. It takes courage. But once it's out, there's a freedom, right? There's a freedom in it that you're unleashed to the world and you could be pure, right? Now, when you decided to write your book, Yari, you decided to write Healed. What was that journey like?
Well, the journey was such that, I remember the days when I was receiving it and my heart was opening, and I was obedient to the voice, Ray, and so my journey required discipline. It required determination. It required to be obedient to it and actually carry it out. And it also required a team where I was not doing it alone. For parts of it, I was, but then in bringing it out to the world, it took all of you. Our intimate times in the morning in prayer, in working with Johnny and collaborating with you as you were writing your book. And I love what it said in the declaration when Lucas was reading it, going back to you. It's to this day stands as a platform to inspire visions. What a bold statement. I can't think of another company in the history of the world that has such a calling, such a motto And once you're in it and you get to experience and be a part of it, you'll never be the same. And I find myself now inspiring my niece and nephew. It's just coming out of me as a result of being in it. So, anybody who's on the fence, anybody who's maybe struggling, anybody who's nervous, just like we all are, like Lucas was nervous, but you know what? He got up there, he did it, and the miracle happened for him. So this is to encourage all of us to continue to keep going. And it does take guts, it takes courage, it takes determination, but you're not alone. And that's what I love about what we're doing here, is it's a platform.
Yeah, we say vision compounds vision, right? Because I think as visionaries, you could be anywhere. If somebody opens up and starts talking about their vision, right, and to be in partnership with others' vision is the real meaning here, right? It's just a world that it's a community that is supportive, right? And when you need that, you have the team there. Go ahead, Yari.
And Ray, just one more thing. I think this is something that's been coming to me lately. Maybe that is the purpose of life, is to find out why you're here. To discover that gift. What if that was, I even have the chills as I say it. When you discover it and tap into it, that passion inside of you, and discover that purpose of why you were created. Maybe it's not a single purpose, but in different stages of your life, it is those things that are being revealed to you. Maybe that is the gift. Maybe that is everything. Because that in itself brings the freedom and joy that we're all looking for. And it's coming from within you. It's pouring from within you, that coming back to your inspiration versus motivation part. And when it's flow out of you, it lifts everybody else. And with that comes abundance. With that comes fulfillment. With that comes that recognition, that self-worth. Oh, that worthiness that I struggled against my whole life. With that comes community. With that comes being useful to the world. Those things that Jody stands for, elevating consciousness. With that comes alignment and harmony. And with that comes discovering the love of God. All of those things that are inside of us. It says our hearts are longing for eternity. Maybe in that is that complete letting go and surrender while you're here, right? My God, that is the gift of all gifts. I'm so grateful that I get to be here, and even being with all of you. It's just so profound. And I'm just encouraging right now in this moment, anybody listening, go for it. And you're not alone, by the way. We all have fears. We all have struggles. We all have anxieties. But get up, show up, and surrender. So thank
Preach,
you.
brother. Spoken like a true poet, a true author. I love that. Nicely stated. Nicely stated.
Thank you.
Yari, one more question. So you're on to your next quest. So you have healed with the intent of helping people, and now you're taking on your next. You're going to get your master's degree. You're going to start counseling and helping people on a one-on-one basis. How did you come to the crossroads there and have the courage to move forward and say, you know what, I'm going to do this?
So Ray, I'm gonna just mildly correct you. My next quest is Holly Baker. My next quest is finding the love of my life. That's my next quest.
All right, Holly Baker. And for everyone who doesn't know that story, so, and Johnny, if you want to tell it, I won't cut you off here. If you want to tell the story, I could give the synopsis. All right. All that. Okay, I hear you, Johnny. It's too late where he's at. Long story short, so Johnny Vision was a visionary from a very young age. He was in the track, I think it was the state track tournament, and they were underdogs. They won the state track tournament going back to high school, and they're on the local radio station. And, the disc jockey is interviewing everybody. And I think he asked the question again, this might not be verbatim, but what was your biggest obstacle, Johnny Regan? And he said Holly Baker, which was a lovely person that he wanted to have romance with. And so that was good shot out there, Yari. Good cross reference.
It's full circle, but that is the I think maybe perhaps the longest longing of my life is to meet that person. And so I'm just gonna speak it. So when we have a time capsule of this video, we can go back But as far as my schooling in for Hazleton, and I'm just so blessed by the fact that I'm starting in January, Ray. It was something I was feeling for a while, and you know what? I just decided one day to go for it.
Yeah,
That's it. I decided to make a phone call. I called them. I asked what was required, and step by step, day by day, I just began to take care of what I need to be, getting a transcript, making a call, getting references. Johnny was one of them, taking care of financial aid, applying for this, applying for that. And here we are a month or two later, you know, I'm accepted. I admitted I was receiving scholarships, financial aid, you know, doors began to open, and it just came with one action, one step at a time. I didn't overwhelm myself, and I'm learning how to live life one day at a time, tackle what is thrown out of me, and surrender to next to God, to the higher power in my life. And miracles are happening. I'm learning that this is a new thing. And I'm building that self-esteem by doing esteemable actions every day. You know, I'm becoming the man I think God wants me to be. So that's it.
You are, Yari. As somebody who's known you for 2 years, there's a power in your soul that when you speak, people listen because you're authentic. And authenticity, it can't be borrowed, it can't be bought, right? And so you have it, brother. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you so much, everybody here, Lindsay, Jody, Johnny, Pastor Jimmy, Dr. Yelena, everybody. Hannah is writing, happy birthday, Johnny. You know, I know I'm loved today. I know I'm appreciated. No, I know I'm worthy today. And it's thankful to all of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. And thank you, Johnny, for your dedication, your lifelong journey. We are here because you've held this for decades. And all those people that walked with you and believed in you, we're always praying for all those that walked before us. Never forgetting that we're here because of their contributions. And it's just very, very great. I'm just so grateful for all of you. Thank you. Thank you for this journey. The best is yet to come. Yes.
And thank you for joining us today. We're going to go around. If anybody has last comments, it's Johnny's birthday. Jody, we'll go to you. Any last words?
Just happy birthday, Johnny. And, you know, keep holding that torch.
Absolutely.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
And thank you, Yari, for sharing also your story. It's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you. Lindsay, we're going around. Lindsay, any last words for Johnny?
Yes, of course. Johnny, I have the quote before. I'm going to say it again because it's one of the quotes I'm trying to live by. And you've certainly inspired inspiration in each of these individuals and also me. So I love to live by the motto lately that motivation is temporary, but inspiration is long term. And to be inspired by such wonderful individuals, that is what is bringing my vision alive. So it's so wonderful to hear the stories of everybody on this call and the calls past, because that inspiration, every heart that you've touched and life that you've touched, we get to hear about it and see it in real time. So Johnny, happy birthdays to you. You deserve a wonderful day. Thank you for being you.
Well stated, Lindsay. Thank you. Jimmy, going around. You don't have to go on video, Jimmy, but if you want to say a couple words to Johnny.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, my brother. Thank you, God, for such a beautiful soul and building this community. I'm just grateful to be just part of all of you guys. I'm so blessed. Thank you again, Ray. Hey, blessings to you, Johnny, the mightiest and the choicest blessing from heaven above. Love you guys.
Love you, Pastor Jimmy. Yelena, any last words to share with Johnny?
Well, I'm just so grateful to see all these amazing people come together, Johnny, and it's all out of love for you and faith in God and faith in love. And so it makes me so happy to see the men of God stand together. Number one, that's great. And Jody, I love you. I haven't seen you in so long. Thank you for introducing me to Johnny. And Jimmy, Pastor Jimmy, as always, I'm grateful for you and your amazing text reminding me of the love of God on my WhatsApp. And I hope I get to see everyone soon. And Lindsay, I don't know you, but God bless you. And I'm just full of hope that the God of the universe came to earth and just shines the truth. And now we all get to live it and we all get to share it. And my friend Jamie is here. She's inspired by you all. Jamie.
Happy birthday, Johnny. I don't know you, but I'm super happy to be here. And Yelena told me about you, and happy birthday. Thanks for having me here too.
Yeah, so she got to witness it, and we're at a beach club dancing for you, Johnny. So happy birthday. And it's nice to just be here and hope to see you all soon. God bless you.
God bless. Thank you, Yelena. Thank you. So everyone, thank you for being on the call today. Stay tuned. There's going to be breaking news. Johnny has put together a team of producers in California that will be making a movie. And I won't share a lot of details now, but the premiere of the movie is going to be breaking on Monday. So Johnny Vision, he could pull off basically anything. So Johnny, we all love you. Happy birthday. Vision is alive. We'll see everybody next time.